and welcome to That's Funny Comedy Showcase. This is your host, Sing 510774. And today I'm going to roast Steve Jobs and the iPad. And so here I go. iPad. Let's see something about the iPad. Well, I feel the same way that Steve Jobs did, when he was creating the iPad. I run out of material. Nothing fresh, nothing new. I mean, oh no, I know what. If I talk louder and make bigger gestures, that'll be fun. So if he make a bigger iPod, not iPhone, he went back to the beginning. If I make a bigger iPad, I can sell millions and millions and millions and make the company rich again. Riches on top of riches. So let's see. What do I think about the iPad? The tablet. I think that it's more like tablets as in pills. Like you need to take a few, maybe Tylenol, and call the doctor in the morning because you probably will get a headache. Some people's internets are not working, and a few things are happening, and they're complaining and crying and geeking out and the techies, they have their own language. It's in binary numbers. So when the techies are speaking, they say 10011011100, ha ha ha, like and 111 I 1111, and that's basically their range and limit as far as jokes are concerned. Boy, I'm motherboard, I'm not just bored, father board or sister board. I'm getting so tired of this that I'm motherboard, like the mother of all boredom. And that's supposed to coincide with the motherboard. I-O, 10101010. And the joke would be I-O. It's not supposed to be I, it's really one and O. Get it? One and zero. But instead I use letters I-O instead of 1010. Narf. Isn't that Pinky in the Brain? Probably the same thing. The geeks and the Pinky in the Brain, whatever. Steve Jobs is Pinky and the Brain, both at the same time. Except he didn't stop himself from ruling himself. No, just kidding. He's doing pretty good, except for the iPad would basically be a monitor. That's what it is, a monitor. And so he can't be considered stupid or a fool because he's selling, monitors to people and they're buying them. Now, my only thing to say is that all the people who know a thing or two about computers are wishing they had done that before he did. Cut off the keyboard to your computer and basically have a monitor and walk around with a monitor in your hand. So, do you have an iPad, a tablet, or do you have half of a computer, half of a laptop? Now, let's think about this. Moses, when he got his tablet, it was a whole, complete one. It wasn't separated from anything else. Right? God gave it to him. Mount Sinai, light, all that great stuff. And now, when Steve Jobs comes along, he says, hey, I got a laptop. It's 2 pieces. I'm going to break this up in half. Crack! He probably really did that at home. I need an idea, damn it. And I can't find it. So I'm going to stand on top of the table and say I went to Mount Sinai. Woo, boy, it's, high altitude up here. I'm getting very dizzy. The air is thin up here. Woo, Mount Sinai. And I guess he probably wrote, no. He took the monitor and had already typed on it Mount Sinai. So when he stood on top of the table that had the monitor on it that had the words Mount Sinai typed on it, he said he was on top of Mount Sinai. So basically, he's been to Mount Sinai at the peak. because he also wrote the word at the peak underneath Mount Sinai, and he put the keyboard in the garbage and put the monitor on the table. And the only time he, you know, would ever need a keyboard again is, hey, I got an idea. I'll rip the damn keyboard off and then I'll sell it back to them for more money. So you're going to have a keyboard that you have to pay for a monitor that's keyboardless. I took it off. I didn't give it to you. And you're going to pay $500 for the monitor without a keyboard. And then I'm going to sell you a keyboard. But I made you believe you didn't need it. And then I said, I took it from you and I'm giving it back to you. And you're going to give me all your money. Yeah, yeah. Pinky and the brain. Because see, Pinky, he's like, which one is which? I really don't know. I think that's probably the reason why Steve Jobs is both, because he can't separate the two personalities. I mess up and then I cover my own behind. Mess up, cover my own behind. So he wears glasses and then he takes them off. He's two different people. That's it. I mean, I don't think he has a real personality sort of, but hey, if it works and sells things, why not? Pinky and the brand equals Steve Jobs. Is Steve doing a good job, or is Steve ripping apart the notebook computers and selling them piece by piece? That's the question. iPad, two pieces of a notebook computer. The controversy is solved. What is an iPad? An iPad is a notebook computer, a Mac Pro, whatever, broken in half and sold to you piece by piece. I've broken your notebook computer. I've broken your laptop. But I'm going to give you the monitor and you can press on it and write some things and type. And then, guess what? You know you're going to want the keyboard back. So I'm going to sell it to you. I mean, he's like, the customer feels like OJ, like this is my own stuff. Like I'm having a problem with my own stuff. Like I'm still surprised OJ went to jail for stealing his own stuff. The cops didn't say, hey, he went and got his own property. Somebody was in possession of stolen property. They said he went and stole his own property. I would think that it would be ruled there's no crime, because if in fact these are his things, there is no crime. You cannot say that I robbed my own property. You can say someone was in possession of my property, which they stole, and I retrieved it. I recovered it. I have the right to protect my property. But guess what? As a customer with the iPad, you feel kind of like OJ. You feel like you're going up the river because, you were taking my stuff. Look, you gave me a monitor, that's the iPad, and you withheld the keyboard, and you're going to sell it back to me? You just OJ'd me, Steve Jobs. That's what you did. You OJ'd me. You want to sell me back my own property. Listen, the keyboard belonged on the computer. It was mine all along. But you're going to call it an accessory? No, you're an accessory to the crime. The crime of OJing me. You OJ me. When somebody does a crime, usually the crime is after the person committed the crime, but this time it wasn't OJ. But I'm gonna say OJ, you got OJ, because OJ got the shaft. He got OJ. Okay? That's funny, y'all. And guess what? If you don't laugh, I'm coming out there to find you, because guess what? I told you I'm from Brooklyn. And guess what? Y'all need to watch Running in Bed-Stuy, because that one is funny. So guess what? I'll see y'all later. Peace out. And without a doubt, Steve Jobs is doing his job. He's making money for his company and ripping apart the computers. That's his job, right? No? That's what he did with the iPad. Gotcha.